Okay, this is just a test of the streaming software, I guess, and well, I'm just gonna show off my DeviantArt page. Yeah, and it has 244. So that's, I guess, it's gonna be describing all of it as far as I can. Let's see, all the way to the bottom, to the depth. And I guess it's the first thing I uploaded, which was like 10 years ago. And it's Sonia Bar, or Sonia for short. And now, the design has close to how it is right now, but yeah, stuff has clearly changed. And like another one, more active, and I guess it's like very old version of her. Like during this time, I was thinking of making it was a more traditional fantasy. It was like an elf squire kind of character, and another version of her, and another Dugan, Welcome Up Sean. It was based on a guy that I knew as Sean Walcott. Creative. Well, but like, this was like 10 years ago, so. Okay, 6 years ago. Okay, whatever. And, Sona tag. Yes, distant relative of Sonia, and I actually have modern artwork of her, and yeah, most of her design is still intact, but stuff did change, especially like the color of her clothing. It says Suo Elo, also known as Ezio the Figa. I see now that I play Assassin's Creed, I can see like this was 2007. When was Assassin's Creed released? I don't know. But I definitely named him way before Assassin's Creed. And Ezio, that's his name, Ezio, not Ezio. Ezio the Figa. Why did I even chose it to sound Italian? Ezio the Figa. But yeah, it's basically playing like Goku's story that he was born Kakarot, and then he was given the name Goku, so the same thing. He was born Setsuo Elo, and then was given the name Ezio the Figa. Tanya Ellie. Now this have changed a bit more. That's how they are currently. And actually, like the most recent artwork features this species, the Nynx. Over here, they're still called the Tinks. I do prefer Tinks, but it does sound more like Tinkerbell. So, and like, yeah, like they no longer have tails. They don't wear shoes. Their ears are more mouse-like. Their wings are now detached from their body. And stuff like that. There's stuff that's still preserved. Like their two colored eyes. That's still still there. And more things. And also like the naming changed. Well, Tanya still exists. Probably somebody called T8A, something like that. T8, so on and so forth. But he wrote it, I don't know. Then we have more Sonia, Yuri Ariel, she's a Mahir, and well, one thing that they have changed is the color of the clothing is now green and not blue. It was too blue, everything. Leon Fowler. Yeah, she's an Aya, and not much has changed of her. Oh yeah, Yeah, the arms. Now that I think of it, the arms have changed. Now you're gonna see the modern artwork. More, well, even following artwork. Eoda Amort. Like now, the clothing no longer has like attached sleeves. They have hoodies. Trimmings are now red, and they do have pupils, but they're very wide and they're still pretty light colored. Julie Annelin. Big figure. And one thing that on their design that I like is their nose. Basically, the bottom is a regular nose, but the bottom of it is colored, has a different skin color, black basically. Mina Lee. Yeah, Aminka. Yeah, Anawa. Again, Julianne Lee, been redesigned that quick, I guess. She's an Ether. And Kalos Sade Adravi. And yeah, the Angels, Demons. Okay. Alaya. Well, one thing is that on all the stories on this kind of world, I'm treating the stories that happen during Crystal Destiny as present, and her stories in the past compared to Crystal Destiny. And like one thing you can tell is the shape of the weapon. Later you're gonna see more the shape being more a more modern present. This weapon is called a rifle, and it clearly doesn't look like a rifle here, but later ones do. Olin, Mahir, and this one is facing your back, so you can see they have tails, short tails. Lenova, Lore, and this one was before I changed the eye color to black. The whites are now black. Asgrael, and over here you can kind of see the arms shape change now. I'm gonna show it another one, and Sonia's family. Okay, on this one, let me show the full. No, okay, there we go. Basically, these are three characters, different ages. Did I write the ages? No. Okay. And like this, first four are Donna, Roll, Sona, and Sonia. Then actually this is Sonia, Sonia, and Sonia again. Then we have Sona, Roll, Donna, and Sona again, and Roll, Donna, and Sona. And actually, nice thing that you can see in here, because you can see many characters at different ages, is that the Dugans have, as they age, they have black markings appear across their body, kind of like well, not like pandas, but I mean, black markings are nothing. They're like panda markings. And like you can see here, the youngest ones don't have any markings at all whatsoever. And over here you can see now she has a lower eyelid is now black basically, and also the ears are black, and actually her feet also have black markings, but you can't see it. because she has footwear. And you can see the same things here. And this one, in this version of Donna, she's older. Now she has the next set of markings. The markings appear at different specific ages. It's progressive. And so the next one is the arms. And actually, you can see she no longer has footwear. You can see the markings on her feet that they get when they are at this age. I can't recall what age that was. And then the last one over here, we have adults. They get, the upper eyelid is also now black, so both upper and lower, the whole eye is covered with black. And now they have another face marking. And well, like the other markings, like the arm markings, the leg markings, the eye marking, are basically the same with everybody. The ear marking and this face marking are not necessarily unique, but they're different with individuals. And like and actually see the, actually no, I don't think it shows it. Yeah, what's it called? Sonia's ear marking, and it's being covered by her hair, but it's the same one as him, because Roll and Donna are Sonia's parents, and so Dugan inherit the ear marking from the father and the face marking from the mother. So if I would have, an older version of her will have the 3 dots across her face. And yeah, Dugan culture and physiology. Lindy, right? Linda's Reed, Laura. And this is before I made the white of their eyes is now yellow. But other than that, it's pretty modern. It's unchanged. Leon Sands. He's a Nawa. Another Nawa. Nawas are basically humans, kind of. And yeah. Justice Elo, which is Sesuo Elo's father. A Frill. Juniette Elo, another Frill. Diane Barr. A Dugan Sania Luz. Another. Well, maybe I'll about the last names on Dugans later. Kylo Red. Sounds Star Warsy now that I see. One thing under names is that I tried to about colors. Discoms. Tina Brown. See, colors. Valer Litan. I have no idea where I came with that name from. Mahir. Yuri Time. Another Mahir. Khalid Saimel. Allure. And Lenova Aria. Another lore. That's pretty nice. Alini Media. What's it called? An Aria. Another Aria. Asgariel Lyle. Lo Zu. Mort. Tina. Another Mort. The thing on Mort's names is that 2 syllable. The first syllable is their first name, and the last syllable is their last name. Yeah. Sunly Thorn, Frill, no, no, not Frill, Larrel, Viet Rote, another Larrel. One thing is like flowers, plants, stuff like that. Tabo Se, Minka, and Trina V, another Minka. And one thing about their name is, yeah, the last name is one syllable, and yeah. Manwi Mon Nom Ames. He's a, what do you call it? I forgot. Murai. There we go. Why did I forget there was more? Anyway, they have 3 names. Manwi Nom Ames. Trelina Reutmeier. Another Murai. And Lo Amigo. And see the same pattern as Ezio de Fia. And he's Emo. Another Emo. And Lo Amigo. And this is basically all the body types. Yeah, like the most complicated ones are like there's the oh yeah, well, I'll talk about them later. Emo characters. And over here, higher resolution of Juliet Elo. And really like it. Like, I came out. Let's see. And I really like this style. The more modern version of Sona Tag. And you can see now that, oh yeah, the previous one, the color did change to violet. There's a reason why the color is violet. Sumi Arona. Oh yeah, finger count. As you can see, she has 3 fingers. Like different species have different number of fingers. Dugans have 4, 5, so on and so forth. They have 4. And oh yeah, now they have the black on their eyes. Ines Nirka. And yeah, they love it. Lee Su. And see now that they have the red trimming, a hoodie, and the slightly darker large pupils. Irises. And they're barefooted. I didn't want to do the shoes, so I decided to just make them barefooted. Another Nawa. A shoes and a Minka. Lempa Riven. She is a Jin, which is kind of like ninja. And actually future designs of Jins are pretty nice. Logan Reed. Oh, what's it called? An Aether. And yeah, now you can see more, but can I see? Oh well. Liz Annalyn. Leon Sands, Anawa, Danny, and Ezio La Figa. See, there's his other name. Well, I mean, his other name. Sonia Bar. And basically this is current design. A bit more detail on the shoes. Oops, wrong side. ROG Ironside. Modern discount. And you can see how the rifles look like rifles now. Jury time. And see now that the clothing is now green. And La de Amigo. And one thing is, all the different species have different relationships to each other within the lore and stuff like that, and the stories and whatever. So here we have Sonia and Ezio, opposing equals. And childhood friends. A test using, like, I changed the settings of the render for these models again. Different test. Huh. Yeah, with different render settings. I really like it, the outcome. More tests. Rolkan Inlands. Really can't tell what's going. I mean, I know what's going on, but see, this. See, this is like a city. City, and there's like a palace. City, kind of like a land kind of city, and there's this cliffside, whatever. But see, this is flowing into a lake. But what's flowing is magma. It's a lore city. It's a lore town, which is fire and stuff. And so this is magma flowing. It splits into two small rivers and goes into this lake of magma. Pretty nice. Unwilling allies. About their story. It's pretty nice.
Becky, where's the soap at that you have?
Now we got Rina V. More like trying out different designs for Minka. Right, another Lina Su, another Minka. Rico To, Amel Minka. Wotulu. Kinda. Back to Minka nonetheless. Linda Speed. Well, Linda's Speed stories is kind of, it's in yellow on the eye. It's pretty nice. This is, she's wearing Arya clothing because she's attending an Arya school. And that's something that I kind of like multiculturalism. Kind of. Each culture has their own clothing, and when you see one species wearing this clothing of another species, it's pretty nice, I think. Like over here, Mort Anji wearing Arya clothing. Oops. And Jin also wearing an Arya clothing. Murai wearing Arya clothing, and a bunch of other Morais. That's it. Because they're going to Arya school, and yeah, this is a school uniform. So this is Morai clothing. This is Arya clothing and Morai clothing. Arya clothing on a Jin, and Arya clothing on a Emo. Arya clothing on an Arya. And a lord with lord clothing. It's a peasant lord. Gima Carlite, another lore. And actually this clothing is pretty whatever. Another lore. I'll talk about like one thing is that one thing that I want to do is just like how kind of like the white of their eyes is black. Instead of their hair whitening as they grow older, their hair darkens as they grow older. So this is equivalent to white hair, basically. Gray hair. Lynette Villain and Arya Nurse. Alroy Brett Clemdre. Amurai Lord. The matriarch. And all those characters lined up. How many of them? Yeah, all of them. A painting of a wolf. And yeah, Fifi, a wolf. The thing about wolves is that they're basically like dogs, but they're sentient. Though they can't speak, they don't have the same like vocal cord structures to generate like all the. They can speak, but they can't generate all the sounds, like all the vowels, all the consonants. So they basically don't speak, most of them. More concept upper. And Trufo, another one. They only have one single word name. Fifi and Trufo. And so on and so forth. Another painting of Donna Luce. And Koda Anid. He's a Lord Royal Guard. Leon Fowler. And see it, remove the headpiece. New rivals. Pure elements. And see the relationship of all the species is that all the species were created by the elements. The 6 were only created by 1. And then like the other species were created by 2 elements. So here we have Elda. And Lily Thorn. Unknown affection. I haven't did do an animation for them. Anyway, Tao Chess, Zewer. It's the first time there's a Zewer here. Jade Lee Aminka. Proper equipment. Nile Tape Rebelli. And actually his name Nile derives from two things. How I kept mispronouncing Guile's name from Street Fighter, Chile. And Nile, and the River Nile. Because of her, Lempa River. Lempa is another river. And yeah, you can see it. These bandages are actually some form of armor. Dueling puppets. I really like that. Dueling puppet. Fusion Elements 1. Like all of these ones were created by two elements. The species, not the character. I'd like showcase a character from each of those species. Then we have Trofu. Yay. Double clicked. And La Amigo. And a Corlet. Rose Vito. A Corlet. I changed her weapon. Now they're no longer huge clubs. Unusual Harmony. Oh, and now they're way taller. Because actually, like, she's actually really short. Sona and Danny. Let's see, here's Sona again. Berlin, Sona, and Vicky on a caravan. Yeah, basically on that previous artwork, Sona tag at different ages. And like I like how like the hair transitions, being it does reflect on what's happening in her story. How her hair darkens. Sona and Danny are trying to recreate that that image I did earlier. Danny Kerr, basically the same thing. T983 Tina. Now, let's see. Basically, this is their the current design. Basically, they're small, and they have detached wings. They don't wear shoes. Their ears are more round, like a mouse. And their names are their serial numbers. T983 is her name. But in order to like, well, I'll talk about it later. Voiceless outcast. Oh yeah, similar to like how Tinkerbell only can't really speak, and like I said, also roles don't speak. So they have a lot. They can't really communicate well with the rest of the species. A random sketch of a Laravel. A random sketch of a Discom. A random sketch of a Laravel wearing gin clothing and surfing on a leaf. That's actually a thing for Laravels. They do surf on leaf. They're very party going. And I forgot to make his eyes yellow. Sophie. One thing about Sophie is that she's a hybrid. She is a Deegan Mort hybrid. And it's an interesting concept, I think, of hybrids. Okay, well, let me get the big version of this. The thing about hybrids Is it like like Pokemon? They can have a father and a mother Pokemon, and the offspring will be of the mother's species, right? A similar concept here, but the father does influence the physical appearance, and so like this is they all have Dugan mothers. I mean, it's an exercise to have how the hybrids will look, and these are all Dugan. If the mother was Dugan, and on top is like their father. And well, see, this is just a pure Dugan. Dugan mother, Dugan father. And also I dress them on the typical clothing of their father. Can I change the zooming level of this? Let's see. There we go. There we go. And like in some versions, they lose their body markings or get different body markings. The main thing is that it changes colors, like hair consistency, and maybe also the shape of some body parts, but not like see. This is a more like this is like an adult's ears, but we got more to keep their child ears kind of. And yeah. Work in progress underwritten. And written. I'll talk about it a bit more later. Oh, his name is Dwayne. Yeah, written have more redneck like names. Yeah. Tragor Doko. 8 K-pop. I think I'm gonna change the name of that species to something else. At that time, I did not knew that K-pop existed. Cooperative knowledge. The fusion elements 2. And again, the design for the Corlay is now different and they're much taller. Jolie Annelin again. Kalos Sade. One thing about them, they only have 2 fingers, they don't have thumbs. Ainawa. Everything and nothing. Perfect elements. Yeah. And now that here's all the species for the world of Crystal Destiny. Fia Niet. Now this is a female. I mean not female, the opposite gender of whatever was on this one. So see a frill here, you have a male frill, so female frill, Fia Niet. Walt Sean. And see I changed his name. Remember it was Walt kind of Sean? Nah, Walt Sean. And Gina Anid. Lost Heritage. Lina Chromast. Valerly time. Earn affection. Arel Salem. Mutual standing. Iyasu. Sunly Thorn. Equal pace. Three-night chess. Oh, one thing. Well, there's gonna be another one, but there's something interesting about the Zell. Oh, we're here. Chronicle Destiny's Joel story. This for the game that I'm working right now. There's there's gonna be more. Makora Minka. Strong proposal. Asami Sari Litheli. Murai. Olapo Riven. A Jin, and he has a Murai shirt, but Jin clothing. Master and Apprentice. Enlo de Migo. And basically the same thing I did with the other one, but with the other gender. Same thing. Ignal Lucent. Bound Oppression. D935 Dimitri. The thing about their names is D93 Dimitri. That's how it kind of works. Fifi. Privilege Ignorance. And I'm not a second cast for Chronicle Destiny. It's not the second story. It's no longer the first story. Tuco. There's one of the characters here. There's Tuco. The one on the left. Sirama. Those are Jins. A K-pop sculpt. Oh, yeah, sculpting. There's a very really complicated thing to kind of wrap my head around. Crossroads Destiny, another story. And actually over here you can see a female seller and a male seller. Like there's a really big difference between the two. Again, for Chronicle Destiny. And the first story, Yo's story for Chronicle Destiny. And Rilo's story for Chronicle Destiny. Seeing another character. And see, now the artwork's gonna shift to more stuff for Chronicle Destiny. Jari, another character for Chronicle Destiny. She isn't in Chronicle Destiny, but yeah. Karin. And again, Sophie and her parents, and like see, father's a Mort, mother is a Dugan. And actually, the thing about her name, Sophie. That keeping with the Morts have single syllable, two syllable name counts. Rafi, Sophie. So her last family name is Fee, like her father Fee. But Sophie is also a valid all on itself. Sophie is a valid name for Dugans like Sodi, like Donna, Sonia, uh, Sona, Sophie. So her full Dugan name will be Sophie Rogg. Her full Mort name is Sophie. And yeah, I kind of like want to tell that story. Firstly, she is the illegitimate child of Rafi. Rafi is somebody important, and how he says her name is pretty. I think it would be pretty significant. Either she says it Sophie or Sophie, pronouncing it as a Dugan or as a Mort. Murai armor. Jura Arcade character sheets. Those other characters are for like I'm more like for another story. Jorah's siblings, and see those are all lords, but some of them are wearing different clothing from different cultures. Crossroads Destiny is aimed to be like a comic, and these are the main characters for Crossroads Destiny. And these are 3 of the forecasts of the stories that will be told on Chronicle Destiny. The first story is them, Yol, Dom, and Marie. And then, this one does have a really big cast. And the other cast. But there's a 4th cast. This is another story. And here's Sona. And Danny. And the rest of the group. And another story with Maddie and the rest. And actually, this one has fauna. This is an actual animal. Not, he's actually like a person, right? The roles are, even though they are treated like pets and stuff, but this is an actual animal. And this is the 4th cast that will be for the 4 stories on Chronicle Destiny. Another drawing of Lindy. Sonia and Nile, and actually no, this is not Sonia. This is Roll, Nile, Donna, and here's Sonia. Bright and Clear Day. Yeah, Dark and Stormy Night is reference to Snoopy. And the opposite of that is A Bright Clear Day. And yeah, Talos, Lempa, Fia, and Setsuo, as he's still known right now. Eventually be called Ezio. Update of the model that I've been using to create the 3D models. It's like lowered the verts, lowered vert count, a UV test for it, a male and female basis. Making a model for Yol, a random Dugan family, and she's wearing a Laurel shirt. And more tests with those bases, not making like babies, the tot base and the kid base. And well, one thing on Chronicle Destiny, those those two images with the cast, those are the main story. But one thing they want to do is like they exist in a world and there's it's populated with people that are not related with that story that you're it's being told, kind of. So for Yol's story, these are the people that populate that town that his story is gonna be told on. And this is the Core Dillon family. A group of Murai immigrants. Well, the mom is a Murai immigrant with the children being born at the lower town. And yeah, the lower town is governed by Corliss, yeah. And so the governor and her family. The governor aides family and the nurse and her family and his family and the supply keep. These are all Corliss. And they're all wearing Corliss clothing. Again, the Core Dillon family. And she is wearing Murai clothing. Well, and he's also wearing Murai clothing, but she's wearing Corliss clothing. And the janitor, which is a lower, and they're wearing lower clothing, but she's wearing Corliss clothing. Okay, well, to continue, the setting of Yol's story is basically it's gonna be a town and a farm. Historically, the town and farm have been Lore's territory, but now the town is controlled by Corliss. But yeah, so the primary population is Corliss and Lore's, with some random ones mixed in. Over here we have more Corliss, the barkeep, school teacher, the barmaids, the doctor, and also one thing, the Corliss are female dominant culture, so like, yeah, these two are guys. The barmaids are guy and the doctor is female, so like any like role that's traditionally like here the stock keep it's female, and see the females are taller than males, and for Lore's is the opposite, the females and the males. Housekeep, the staple hand. And also, Corliss females wear ponchos. And yeah, Laura wearing a Corliss poncho. Stable workers and their families, if they have any. The woodsmith and his family. No, it's her family. Sorry. Why isn't she wearing a poncho? Oh well. A supply worker and their families. And yeah, the population of Freeman Town, which is the town that takes place, not the farm. See the governor and her family, the governor's aide and his family, the nurse and his family, supply keep, the cook and her family, the janitor and his family, school teacher, another school teacher and her family, the barkeep, the barmaids, the doctor and her family, storekeeps and their families, the housekeep, stable hand and their families, stable workers, the woodsmith and her family, supply worker and their families. A bunch of Corley and Lowers with only them are the only Murai. Sienna. One thing, let's see, can I? One thing of Sienna is an Arya, but she's pretending to be a Murai. Yeah, you can see it. Oh, I could have done that instead. That while I was painting, making the texture, like you can see her actual skin underneath the paint. Yeah, she's pretending to be a Murai. She's wearing Murai clothing, painted her skin and her hair, and yeah. Next one. Oh yeah, Truco and Shirama. And another render of Truco and Shirama. Oh yeah, I was seeing how it will look in game, basically. Sprite test. And work in progress using the newer model, trying to make all the races again. And here's the first set of just the pures, and the second set with the first fusions. And here's the frills, the Dugans, and they're like where I stopped, kind of, because the rest I'm gonna continue later. And the Discoms, the Mahir, the Lores, the Arias, Morts, Laurel, work in progress of the Veton, the Zewar, Minka, and here a recent sketch of Zone Attack, and a color version of that previous drawing of Lindis and Sweelands, of Paliet and Asteri, and of Anne and Aldiri, and all of them colored. And this is a drawing I did for, I guess, Valentine's Day stuff of basically cells of Karing and Lu. And actually I kind of wanted to use the rest of their family, but it was gonna be, I don't know, I couldn't make the composition work, so I just dropped them. Then I wanted to make one for March, but I didn't finish. Yeah, these are the things. And yeah, that's all. Yay. Right, those are all my drawings. that I have in DeviantArt. And yeah, those are just the ones I posted. Yeah, I definitely have more. I like see all the stuff that's related to Crossroads of Destiny, Chronicle Destiny, Crystal Destiny, Jalinda's story or Sona's story. And yeah, so hopefully this was a good test of the broadcasting software. And yeah.